Hello and welcome to another Usual Spot episode with yours truly, SeaSaltShelby and...
Hey guys, I'm Toominator, and we are on our 7th episode.
Holy
7
heck.
episodes! So fitting. Like, more fitting than you could ever imagine. We couldn't have planned this any better.
We didn't plan this any better.
Oh my god, we know that Nomura loves 7. And those of you who have played Kingdom Hearts at all, which is probably all of you, because you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't.
Solid point.
You know how important the number 7 is in terms of Kingdom Hearts, and especially Kingdom Hearts 3. And we are very happy and excited to be talking about our spoilery-filled review / discussion of Kingdom Hearts 3. So, as a forewarning to all of you out there, we are going to be discussing heavy story spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you have not finished the game, please put this to the side, come back after you've finished, and then listen, because we have a lot of cool things to say, I think, personally. No bias there.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
no bias.
We don't... Shelby thinks that. So clearly you have to listen. But anyway, if you are not finished with Kingdom Hearts 3, we definitely recommend pausing this or putting it off to the side. Put it in your... and then come back to us once you're done the story, because we are going to be talking big-time spoilers.
Yeah, so this is your warning. If you have... Like, get out of here. What are you doing, girl? Like, you got to get moving. You haven't finished the game. You got to get moving. Shoo! Come back later. More than welcome to come back later, but like y'all, you gotta get out of here for the time being.
All right.
You are currently not welcomed here, but you are more than welcome once you're done.
It's literally been a minute that we've been warning you. So if you're still here, then we're assuming that you are okay with story spoilers. Waiting for get on with it already. So
it's literally in the title. It's in the thumbnail. And we are verbally warning you. It's your own fault.
All right, so nobody's going to get mad at us for spoiling the game for them. Okay, lovely. Now that we're through that,
2
let's
hours later.
We need the timestamp. Now that we've established that, let's dive headfirst into one of the, probably the most prominent things that we've been seeing, which also, to preface this sort of review / discussion, I would like to bring up the fact that we are members of the community, Shleb and I. Mm-hmm. We are fully aware of all the things being said and being thrown around.
Every single one of them.
We're the good and the bad and the ugly. We are not here to comment on those things specifically.
This ain't no tea-sipping podcast. That
right.
Isn't what it is.
While we do recognize that these things are being said, we will sort of put our touch and our spin on some of these things. We're not throwing names out there. We're not taking sides. These are simply opinions based on Kingdom Hearts 3 that just so happen to have been brought up recently. And we are not trying to throw ourselves into the mix. So we are a middle ground. They just happen to be very important concepts and details about Kingdom Hearts 3 that we have to discuss in this type of review.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, all opinions are our own. We're not going at anyone who has a different opinion. Like I said, this ain't no tea sipping podcast. We're not going at anybody. So let's just chill out. Let's just take a breather, and let's just have a good conversation about this.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I might get mad at Shleb at something that she said, but that's normal. That's every podcast episode. So nothing new.
Oh. All right.
You know, we're great friends. So any bickering is totally natural, and I don't know. I just like...
Where you going with that?
I don't know. I just like bickering with you. It's pretty fun. You have pretty fun reactions to things.
I like to think so too, but whatever.
Let's talk first and foremost about the pacing of the... This is probably the most prominent thing I've seen throughout the community. Like, one of the most two-sided concepts in all of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Other than the combat.
Love the pacing. Oh, well, that's another whole other issue. But we've already talked about the combat. That's not really spoilery, so...
That's in our previous episode. If you haven't seen that, please go check out episode 6 where we talk about the combat.
Yay. But now we're getting into the meaty stuff, the story things. And one of the most two-sided details about Kingdom Hearts 3 is its story pacing. So what are your thoughts, Shleb, about the pacing of the story?
I personally see that just in general, all the Kingdom Hearts games are very lacking in good story pacing. Every single one of them. No one is perfect. Obviously, there are games that are better than others, but Kingdom Hearts is not known for a good pacing story. So I feel that some people might have gone into Kingdom Hearts 3 thinking that it wouldn't be like the other games that magically, miraculously, God himself would come down and lay his hand upon Kingdom Hearts 3 and bless it with good story pacing. But that's just not it, because it's Kingdom Hearts. I've been saying this for a very long time, but I feel like so many people went into Kingdom Hearts 3 and they were surprised that it's still a Kingdom Hearts game. They're surprised by the combat. They're surprised by the story pacing. It boggles my mind. But personally, I thought that Kingdom Hearts 3 story pacing was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great for a Kingdom Hearts game. Is it perfect? No, but for a Kingdom Hearts game, I think it was really good. Definitely up there.
I think that there is a staple in the Kingdom Hearts series that has probably the best pacing out of any other game. And I think they should try to mimic that as close as possible. Yeah, you want to take a guess as to which one it is?
Probably Recoded.
Definitely not. Absolutely not Recoded. Yeah, no, that's not it. Actually, it's Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories probably has the best story pacing in all the Kingdom Hearts games. Now, people overlook it because they have the card system now.
Yeah.
People don't like that. Totally understandable. I happen to dig that. I love card combat.
Heaven forbid you have to actually think about your combat.
I know, seriously, they get to strategize the deck. Wow. You can't use the same deck throughout the whole thing because
you can't just spam the stacking ability. What?
No, you can't do that. So, and it's definitely not press triangle to win because you lose all your cards. But anyway, listen, Chain of Memories has one of the best paces in the Kingdom Hearts series. I know it's debatable, but personally, hear me out. I mean, you have 3-ish, right? And then some exposition is dumped on you. Like some real story stuff, some really cool character interactions that you've been dying to see, and then like a story boss fight against one of the organization members. I don't know. I love the story pacing. And then, of course, when you think you're done the game, you play Riku's side of the story, and his pacing is really good. But I don't know. I think they did it best with Chain of Memories. And what people are seeing in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the lack of a sort of middle point. Like there's no Disney World break. It's just 7 Disney Worlds in a row. No breaks except for Twilight Town, which is like
that's a choice. Like if they wanted a break, they could go back to Twilight Town to go talk to Merlin. That's your choice to ignore Chip and Dale. Okay? You're ignoring your middle ground.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if the gummy ship stuff is really enough. I guess people were expecting to go to like a Radiant Garden in Kingdom Hearts 2 and find 1,000 Heartless, and then go back to doing Disney World things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think the Twilight Town and the Radiant Garden in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, had the most importance in terms of like a break from the Disney Worlds. I don't think Merlin is enough. That's not enough because
I was Disney teasing. I promise.
Good. Okay. Thank God. Because that was not a good.
I was teasing. I literally ignored them. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Merlin who?
There's really no middle ground here. It's straight Disney Worlds, and the only quote unquote break until the end is Twilight Town, and really it's just a mini game central. So I don't know. It really just wasn't what people were looking for, and I kind of agree. But something that we do have to look forward to in 3 are the organization members. They actually have some sort of importance, right?
Right. They go to the world and they're like, "This is why I'm here," and it's pretty different from each like character and world.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's pretty similar, right?
Right. Like, I mean, they go into every world for the same reason. I mean, they're all trying to make all the Disney characters turn into Heartless so that when Sora inevitably defeats them, they get a bunch of heart power for their Kingdom Hearts that they're making.
The hot juice.
Heart juice. Credit to Super Butter Buns for that beautiful, beautiful wordplay there.
Her video in general was just so beautiful.
What a blessing. But anyway, that's sort of the thing that Kingdom Hearts did better. Kingdom Hearts 3 did better. Is putting organization members in there for their own purposes. And then, of course, having the betrayal happen right in front of us with the ones that were benched. They had their purpose, and they were helping the good guys. And it was just really cool.
And that happened throughout the Disney World. So granted, we don't have like a middle ground point, but we were still getting story throughout the Disney Worlds, which was pretty lacking in 2, I think.
The fact that there were revisits should be enough to say that, okay, I don't know. But anyway. I just think the Disney Worlds had importance.
Like especially in regards to Sora's personal growth. Like so many people were like, I just went to the Disney World experience movie and left. Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Sora literally has flashbacks to these Disney Worlds at the end because he had personal growth. He saw all these characters be torn away from those that they love and care about. For him to learn that because it was going to happen to him. He didn't know that was going to happen, but it heckin' did. And that was, he needed to experience that prior. And that's why I believe that the Disney Worlds were hand-picked for Sora's growth. And I feel like so many people are overlooking this detail and it breaks my heart.
Yeah, they definitely had importance. But I think people were lacking the break from it. Like we are now, most of us in the community are pretty much young adults / adults now. And Disney, as charming as it is, we need a break every now and then. And we really didn't get a break until the very end. And I think that's what people are feeling. They're just not wording it properly or expressing it correctly. I think it's just that we had too much of the Disney charm and no break for the dark, deep Kingdom Hearts story that people were looking for.
Yeah, I guess if you don't,
it boils down to that.
If you don't like Disney, then I'm kind of confused, but it's okay. Yeah, like if that's your issue, that I that just makes me question. I don't. It makes me question a lot of things, I guess, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know.
People are just so in love with the Kingdom Hearts originals,
and they're allowed to be, but they were expecting Kingdom Hearts 3 to be so different then if they didn't want the Disney worlds in it.
Well, I don't think they didn't want Disney. I think
it was too much, apparently.
Too much Disney, I guess. I don't know. But I didn't have a problem with the amount of Disney. I thought it was 7 worlds. Like that's perfect.
7 gigantic worlds that you could actually explore, that there was like actual things to collect, and it wasn't just chests, it wasn't just stinking stickers, it was like many things that you could go and collect. And as you can tell, I'm very charmed by this.
Yeah, clearly. So I don't know. I think that sort of sums up how people thought. But personally, I sort of agree. I would have liked a Radiant Garden-esque location to have more active exposition rather than being like seeing a cutscene of Sora on a gummy ship having a phone conversation. I would have rather played through exposition rather than watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I see that and I understand that and I agree, but I'm also like I'm not going to complain about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's like a reason to like knock it down a whole heckin' point. 4 out of 10, too many zippers, you know, like I don't think that's like I don't think that's a reason to like I don't know. For me. Right.
Yeah, so your score would not be affected by that.
No, not at all.
Others would.
Because at the end of the day, it's about the story. And for me, as long as it's told, I'm good. It doesn't necessarily matter how it's told. As long as I can get it in a way that I can understand and that I enjoy, because at the end of the day, I did enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3. I enjoyed it, how they presented the story, and yeah, I was very content with it.
All right, so since we can sort of agree that the bulk of the story did happen near the end,
yeah,
let's jump right to it. Let's go to the end. There was one major issue that, again, hasn't been different from Kingdom Hearts game to Kingdom Hearts game. People were magically expecting something different, and they didn't.
Yep.
It was Kairi and her absolute uselessness. I mean, but I think personally this time it's sort of justified. Because
sorry.
They set her up as a Keyblade wielder, as a Guardian of Light, training alongside Merlin. For what? Nothing. She does nothing.
Okay, this is my argument against that, though. Yes, she's given a Keyblade, but she has no real purpose of actually growing at this point. She has nothing that is motivating her to be stronger, to be more independent, to be on her own. There's nothing motivating that.
And
but now,
that's a problem?
Yeah, but now there is. Sora's freaking gone. I think this now is the turning point. I think so many people were expecting her. You're giving a Keyblade. Be on your own. Grow now. But like, that's not how it works for every single person or every single character. People grow, characters grow at their own pace, even if that's not at the pace that you like, because it's just life. Not everyone is at a point in their life where you're exactly happy with, you know? Like, everyone is at such different points in their life, and people have different upbringings and how they have experienced life, what has affected them, what hasn't. And Kairi just hasn't had anything that was a turning point for her until now. This is her turning point. If they destroy her after this, then you can be disappointed. I don't think anyone should have been disappointed with her in Kingdom Hearts 3, because if you look back on the story, there's no reason for her to be like, I need to be on my own. I need to grow. Like, she has that want, but she's missing the actual passion because nothing was pushing her. Oh, sorry. I get so frustrated when I see so much Kairi hate because I understand it, but it's because people have these weird expectations for characters to grow at the rate that they think is best, but it's just not. It's not it.
I don't know. I mean, why? All right, then let me ask you as a game designer / storyteller. Why would Nomura make the secret ending of Dream Drop Distance be Kairi's reveal as a Guardian of Light? Why would it be so important if she's not going to do anything? If she has no motivation, if she has no passion? Why would you do that?
It could be just for the hype of her character, and granted, yes, that could have just been like why people are very let down by this. I would like to see what happened in Kairi and Lee's training. Personally, I'm just so intrigued as to what happened, because I mean, you complain all the time about how Lee holds his Keyblade.
I hate it.
So I would like to see what was really going on, how skilled they are at this point. Because from the looks of it, both Lee and Kairi are kind of garbo. It's not just Kairi.
My real question is, why would they entrust Merlin, who has never held a Keyblade in his life, to train them? That's my question. What does
There's
he know?
your tea.
I think that's the main issue that I have, is that they entrusted this guy to train 2 brand new Keyblade wielders, and this guy has never held a Keyblade in his life. What does he know? He makes broomstick around a room. He
broomstick, Keyblade, same thing.
Oh, come on. It's magic. It's not swinging a Keyblade around.
Yeah, he can train them in magic, but he can't train them in using a Keyblade.
Like
unless he somehow is. He trains in magic in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Exactly. He didn't train us to swing a Keyblade. He taught us to shoot fire out of it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Axel / Lee already had. He already could control fire, so what the heck?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Solid point, though.
I don't know. Kairi and Lee both. If we're being honest, they both.
You can't trash Kairi and not Lee, but Lee is so popular. He's the beloved child in this series. It seems like some days, and I don't get me wrong, I love Lee. He's very charming, but I feel like people are hypocrites.
Yeah. I don't know. I have not seen the same amount of hate for how they treated Lee as they did Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like it's equal. They're both equally terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he should have used these characters as the hype motivators if they're not going to be used for anything. That's my main issue.
Yeah.
Not so much that Kyrie was useless again, but the fact that Nomura teased her being useful, and then...
She was useful, though. She literally brought Sora back.
Yeah. But did she need a Keyblade for that? Did she
need
to be...
Yeah, I know. I see the point.
Absolutely not. So I don't know. That's my main issue, is that Nomura hyped her up for the same result as we've been getting the whole series.
Yeah, I wonder if...
I'm less upset that she was useless. More upset that Nomura hyped her up to be useful finally, and then
like I said, it could be for potential growth. After this, right. Who knows? She might be the one that goes out and literally go get Sora. From the looks of it, looks like it's going to be Riku, but it's not to say that Kyrie won't have involvement.
Okay. I guess
at the end we see her crying. I feel like that just has to be her turning point. If it's not her turning point, then yes, I'll be very disappointed, because Kingdom Hearts 1 Kyrie was my absolute favorite. Like, she's so spunky and just so adorable.
Bring this back to me, you hear?
I could cry. I miss that Kyrie so much. And I want that like Kyrie back so badly, and I want her to have freaking growth so badly.
Her weakness is her wrist, apparently. Because if you grab her by the wrist, it's game over. Like, I mean, Axel in Kingdom Hearts 2, all he had to do to kidnap her was grab her by the wrist. Here at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, all Xemnas had to do was grab her by the wrist.
I mean, Xemnas just stepped on Lee's hand. What does that say about Lee?
Like a little bug.
Like he wasn't even like holding him down. It was just like a quick little.
Literally, yeah.
Stay down there, and like he wasn't even pinned down, but he couldn't get up.
Thank God for Roxas, because
my gosh,
Roxas never showed up, they would have been toast. But whatever. Anyway,
that part was so good.
Kyrie and Lee both really.
They're both weak at this point.
They got the short end of the stick. They were used for hype. They were used for excitement, and then I think people were let down by that.
Yeah, which I completely understand. You're
not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Exactly. I didn't fall for it. Right. I figured that I figured that there hasn't been any sort of turning point for her yet to actually be motivated, have a passion. To be a Keyblade wielder. It was literally just given to her. Like it was just like she didn't seek the Keyblade, you know, like she didn't go after it, sort of thing. It was just given to her.
It by Aqua.
Yeah.
You didn't realize it until way later. So
yeah. So I just I'm not trying to come across like, oh, I saw this coming all along. Like, obviously I wanted her in Kingdom Hearts 3 to like have this amazing growth, but I just also in the back of my head was just like, it's probably not gonna happen, Shleb. Don't get your hopes up.
Right.
So
so before we get into like the very, very end stuff, I want to throw something in there. How do you feel about Xehanort and the ending that he had? Like, this is the end of the Xehanort saga. So how do you feel they wrapped up Xehanort's story?
I've been sitting on this for a while because I almost still don't really know how to feel about it, because I have no issues with him having good intentions as he did. That's not my issue. My issue is that I just feel like Xehanort in Birth by Sleep and the Xehanort that we saw at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 are two different people. That's my issue. I felt like they had two different ideas in mind, and one was completely evil and this one was like, I had good intentions. I'm just being a poophead about it.
After the episode that we just aired, the episode 6, our review, I actually had some people message me through DM on Twitter or in the YouTube comments themselves, ask what I meant by Kingdom Hearts 3 having a very Disney ending. And now that we can talk spoilers, I can finally elaborate more on that.
Yes.
So exactly what you just said. I think the Xehanort that we saw in Birth by Sleep and the Xehanort that we saw at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 were very different. And that's very Disney. I think it's the most Disney thing I can think of. This evil guy who's had this 12-year plan in motion, and it was basically all just to plunge the world in darkness and start a purge. It was suddenly because he wanted to start over for good reasons. And his friend, who's long since passed, has come to visit him in the form of a vision and float on to heaven together. It's just like the most Disney ending I could think of. I don't know. It's just,
I cried so hard regardless.
I think, yeah, it's very sad, but still, I think it's like, really? Like, he's suddenly, like, he ends with a smile? Like, he goes out with a smile on his face? He gets a happy ending? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just the most Disney thing. The villain gets a happy ending.
It just makes me wonder, because there are theories going around that Xehanort himself was also being possessed.
Well, yeah, that is yet to be seen. We don't really know.
We have no idea how, but that would also explain that. It would explain why in Birth by Sleep he had these really dark and really messed up motives, and now they're all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I actually had good ideas in mind.
Well, you think about every single organization member that the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, as soon as they start evaporating, they're like likable.
Except for Vanitas.
Well, yeah. But they become likable. They have like very interesting personality changes. It's like a total on and off switch.
Not Larxene.
Well, yeah. But I mean, she still had her personality, but like she finally opened up about something. She's never done that before.
Kind of.
Well, we all know if we've played Union Cross, she knows,
exactly
what she's talking about.
Yeah, we know what she's talking about, but I wouldn't say she opens up about it.
Well, she says...
She kind of just says why she, like, joined. She's just tagging along.
She's never been transparent like that. I just think I think it's really important that every single one has had that moment, including Xehanort. Xehanort had that very, like, oh, I see the light now sort of thing. And it's like, oh, man. Very
maybe the only thing, the only way I can, like, kind of justify this in my head is if, you know, he had these good intentions from the very beginning, from when he first was like, I need to reset the world, essentially.
Right.
And then that idea slowly, like, his vision essentially became, like, clouded by the darkness. And then it, like, went to, like, Birth by Sleep, like, really messed up. Right. Like, I'm gonna torture these kids. And then to the Kingdom Hearts 3 Xehanort that we see. And so basically just he's, like, clouded by the darkness. Essentially, and then, like, at the very end he kind of just, like, remembers his, like, true intentions, and that's why he goes off into heaven with a smile sort of thing.
Well, he's playing God. I mean, he's trying to play God.
Yeah.
Like, literally with the flooding, like the 40 days and 40 nights sort of thing. You know, he wants a purge. He wants to restart with this one person of mine instead of, you know, Noah on the ark. It's him.
It's
him. Just right. He just wants to purge. He wants to restart in his vision.
Yeah.
But that's I think that's evil. And the fact that they twisted it into something that could have some sort of purpose or meaning in a positive way, I don't know, very Disney for me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They could have kept that totally evil idea with the purpose of a purge and sort of thing, but keep that evil, keep it dark.
Yeah, that's why I love Maleficent. That is why she's, like, my all-time favorite Disney villain, because, like, she is pure evil. She doesn't have these weird, like, she doesn't want to just become rich. She doesn't want to, you know, have, like, you know, she doesn't want to just be pretty. She's just evil because she's petty.
She wants to be.
I love that. Like that's why she's, like, my favorite, because she's evil because she just is.
Though they did kind of ruin that in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because
you're not wrong.
She helps them twice.
Yeah.
Twice. She helps them.
But it's more so for her own good. It's not really because she's being sweet.
Yeah, I guess it's less helping the good guys and more like, they're using my creatures that I control. What? Like, you know what I mean? Because Heartless starts flooding everywhere. And she's like, those are mine. I'm going to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, it's for her own benefit, essentially.
Okay. All right. Well, We all agree that Maleficent is the best villain in the.
Oh, heck yeah. Actually, can I debate that one?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not actually serious.
With Pete?
Okay, you know what? No debate there. Pete really. So. Later, loser. Get out of my way.
Excuse me, Captain Justice.
Oh my god, best. I love Timeless Server. Anyway.
Right. Disney Town.
Disney Town, all of them. So good. Okay. All right, now that we've talked about sort of the ending, I still enjoyed it. I just, like, after sitting on it, like, you have to understand, this is after 2 or 3 weeks of this game being out.
Yeah.
That this has been festering. But I have to say, on the first playthrough, I didn't have, like, any of these thoughts. Like,
oh, yeah.
I was so in love with it. I was just so enthralled. I had nothing really negative to say. I had to sort of sit on the game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the last episode 6, I really did give a fair score. I would still probably give it an 8.7 today.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said.
And honestly, most of it is redeemed in the epilogue and the secret movie. I love both of them so much.
Holy heck.
I need to talk about this epilogue with you.
Oh my gosh.
My first reaction to this, like, I heard the voice. Because you hear him talk.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm like, what? I know that voice. In my mind, he's already dead and gone. But then...
But he's fishy, though. I saw that smile, and I was just like...
I know. So perfect.
Fishy. It was fishy.
Now, oh, man. And then the hood came off, and my head and my hands literally went like this. Like, I literally held my head in my hand in shock. A lot of people are going to come out here and say they saw this a mile away. And I don't care, because I did not. Not a lot of people did.
I did and didn't. But I'll explain that in a second.
I didn't see it coming whatsoever. Zigbar / Lushu was the biggest mind blow of the entire series. I did not see that coming. And the fact that they make you think that he died, like, literally 20 minutes before this, was like, oh my god, and all the fellers there. Now, I do have to say, in playing it again last night, I beat it again last night at time of recording, I noticed in the credits that they have
the foretellers listed. That's how it was spoiled for me, actually.
I was like, what?
That's how it was spoiled for me. I saw them in the credits, and I was like, wait, they didn't speak at all in this game. And I was like, wait.
And then it wasn't until the epilogue.
And as soon as, I saw it, and I was like, yep, there it is. So I
saw the foretellers coming in, but I did not see Lushu coming. And the freaking box. Oh my god. But anyway.
Oh my gosh. I would like to talk about my...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this idea started because I'm blonde, but it also kept progressing because I'm smart. So I was playing Birth by Sleep on stream, and I was like, I just had this thought. I was like, basically just along the lines of, like, you know, Braig and Brain are two very similar names. Like, they're it's no motive. They have to be related somehow. So that's when I was like, maybe, like, Braig is Brain just in this current time somehow.
Whoa. And his name got, like, you know.
And he changed his name, essentially.
You live for centuries. You know, it's sort of like a game of telephone, right? Where eventually people just start saying different things and you hear different things.
Yeah, basically. So.
Wow.
It started out as a dumb thing because at first I was like, wait, isn't Brain in Zigbar's name? I was like, wait, no, it's not, it's Braig. But so it started as that, and then it progressed into they might just be related. So then when I saw the hood drop, I was like, I was surprised in the fact that he was Lushu, or is question mark is potentially just simply possessed by Lushu. Because I have the theory. No one else seems to agree with me on that one, which is fine. I come up with, like, weird theories, but, like, he could Lushu. Because all the foretellers are like, you look different, buddy. You look different. Are you sure this is you? So I personally think he's just possessing a new vessel.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's
they don't recognize him. They recognize like,
is that really you? Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. So it would make sense that actually
they
this is
brought Greg in this world, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Like
so, yeah.
So I was talking about it with my stream last night, and one of my mods brought it up that this might mean that Braig has been possibly under the influence of Lushu since birth by sleep.
Oh, absolutely. That's why he got in cahoots with Xehanort.
Exactly. Probably. Exactly. So this has been long in the making. I mean, granted, he's also from the Foreteller's time, so literally long in the making.
Right. I'm just so front because they told us enough, and also asked more questions. Like, what was his? We don't know.
I hated that he said at the end, "I hope you're up for a long story."
Long story.
Yes, I am. Sign me up. Sign me up, please.
20-minute long epilogue. Let's go. But no.
Right.
But yeah, I was. Oh God, Nomura-san.
Well, we knew that Lushu. We knew that Lushu / Masters of Masters was going to be next after Xehanort.
Oh yeah, we all knew. But
we knew that, but
Foreteller Saga time.
The way that they introduced it makes me wonder if we're gonna get Foretellers as some kind of like data battle / like secret boss in DLC.
Stop it.
Because we see the chess thing at the end where we are going against them. We're going to go against them. So why not have it just as like some kind of like data battle sort of thing? Or like lingering well. That's a better comparison.
Yeah, I would love that. But here's what people are overlooking. Now, one of the biggest things that people saw, I mean, this goes sort of in tying with the epilogue, but also a little bit of the secret movie. People are very scared, or not scared, or very happy that Square might actually be sort of stepping away from the Disney aspect in Kingdom Hearts 4, and I think that is totally false.
They literally yeeted Maleficent and Pete into the freaking epilogue. I'm sorry, they literally can't. They can't step back now. No, granted, the next game, which is the secret movie, movie could be a game that is separated from Disney, in kind of loosely. I'll tell you about my theories later. But the overall story of Kingdom Hearts is not moving away from Disney, especially when Sora is owned by Disney.
Here's the other thing: every single secret movie, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, were both in random places that look nothing like Disney.
Yeah.
Like Kingdom Hearts 1 ending was in the world that never was. The Kingdom Hearts 2 ending was in the Keyblade Graveyard. None of those are Disney. There were no Disney characters, but yet here we are with a million new things with Disney. So I don't think the epilogue or the secret movie are anything to go off of when you're referring to Disney. Actually, Kingdom Hearts 3 had the most Disney with Maleficent and Pete there in the epilogue.
Yeah.
Like, that is the most Disney we've ever gotten in an epilogue or a secret movie.
Yep.
So
all throughout Kingdom Hearts 3, they're looking for the box. When the box shows up, who do you think is going to show up? The people who are looking for the box.
Right. So I don't think we have to fear anything.
No, heck
Disney
no.
and Square parting ways. They are very much in this for the long haul.
Well,
especially
like I said,
when Kingdom Hearts 3 is the highest selling entry in the series. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, they're not going away anytime soon.
Sora's owned by Disney too, so they can't. That would be very hard to work out, I think, for them to completely move away from Disney at this point. But
But anyway,
secret movie.
Let's talk about that secret movie, shall we?
It's so good.
Your
Oh
thoughts,
my gosh. Well, I had to think about it for a while because it's confusing. Like when you first watch it, you're like, "What is this?" It's a whole ball of stress. But the more I thought about it, the more I have come to the conclusion that this could potentially be a game that is somewhat separated from Disney. Potentially, ideally, I would love for this game to, instead of going to Disney Worlds, if we went to like video game worlds, that'd be sick. Because that potentially could be it, because we see Sora in front of the Shibuya 104 building, which is different from the Shibuya 109 building, which is in real life Shibuya. It's not 104 in real life, it's 109. So he's in a fake world, potentially the world ends with you, which is a video game. And if it's a video game, then potentially they can be going to video game worlds, which opens up. And we also see, what's that? Yozora, I believe his name is, who looks like frickin' Noctis. And it's basically just Final Fantasy 13 versus who is trying to frickin' pretend here. We see you. We see you. You're getting your revenge. We understand, Nomura. But Yeah, I would love for it to be some sort of like video game like thing where we get to go to different Final Fantasy worlds or Metal Gear Solid. Like, just like think about it for just a hot second. Like, there is so much potential here.
Here are my thoughts on that. I think that's a little bit too far of a reach. I don't think it's going to be straight video game world. But I do.
It's wishful thinking.
I 100% believe that Shibuya from The World Ends With You.
Yeah. They could be just playing the Reaper's game.
Because, exactly. Because when they stand up, especially Sora, he looks at his left hand. But any fan of The World Ends With You knows that if he looked at his right hand, he'd see a timer on it. From the Reaper's game. So I think they... I watched this past time of playing through and beating it and getting the secret movie. I watched specifically for any right-hand palm, and they didn't show a single right-hand palm in the entire secret.
And why would he look at like his other one?
Well, we don't know. They're teasing it. I mean, he would look at both.
Yeah. But why?
We're not going to see it. We're not going to see it.
Why would he just like look at his? I mean, I guess it is kind of anime to look at your palm,
left and his right, wouldn't you? Like you'd look at both, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so maybe they like purposely like cut that out, you know?
Oh, absolutely they did. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So basically Yozora could be like the Reaper, like people are theorizing.
That's one thing. He could be the Reaper in the Reaper's game. Or I personally believe that this secret movie is doing two things. One, setting up Kingdom Hearts 4 and putting The World Ends With You in
It's reconnecting, so it's definitely not Kingdom Hearts 4. It says at the very end, reconnecting.
Oh my god. What is that? It's at the end of every secret movie. It'll say reconnect Kingdom Hearts. That's the end of every.
Yeah, but that's for. Isn't that only 4 games that are not like quote main title number?
No.
No, it's not.
The Kingdom Hearts 1 secret movie, it said reconnect. And then at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, reconnect Kingdom Hearts. At the
Is it for all of them?
Reconnect Kingdom Hearts. Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize it was all of them. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's like why it's a meme. Because it's after every single secret movie. But anyway,
okay.
I think that's the first thing it does. It sets up Kingdom Hearts 4, or the next installment, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's 4.
and The World Ends With You will be featured. Because, I mean, at the end of Dream Drop, they say, see you in Shibuya. Okay, guess we're going to Shibuya now.
I've been wanting to go back and either look at all the cutscenes or play the game myself and, like, see if there's any, like,
Josh
thing like that.
Says, we'll see you in Shibuya.
And, wow.
He's a prophet. So
they're going to look so good.
Yeah, they're going to look awesome, aren't they?
But
then,
would it just be a game based in the World Ends With You universe?
I think it'll be the first world of a Square. It'll be like a Disney World, but with Square Enix world instead of Disney. I mean, that's all it is.
But would that just be the entire game? Like,
no, definitely not. No.
Then what other
world they were in was just a world. Was a world.
Yeah, but what other worlds could they really go to?
Well, they could still do anything Disney related.
I guess
they start probably in Shibuya, and Joshua probably helps them get out because he's all powerful. He probably helps Riku and Sora get out of Shibuya. And
maybe
back to the real world.
I don't know. I just have a weird. Yeah, I don't really know how it would work if they were in the World Ends With You first, and then they were able to kind of like leave essentially to visit other worlds sort of thing. I don't know how that worked. And
I don't know.
A question, all the secret movies, do they always show the last world?
Well, this one's a little different because this one actually showed Sora. The other ones have never shown Sora. So
don't they always show the last one? I can think of Birth by Sleep is Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah.
Ending for 1, right? One is yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'll
have to go back and look.
Yeah, but I don't think that, because this is different. I think this is very different. Again, it's pretty much picking up from where the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 leaves us.
Maybe.
It's the next step.
Maybe.
I mean, they look like they're waking up. I don't know, because I don't know. Maybe it's the ending. I don't know. I really don't know.
We don't even know how they're gonna get there.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Because we see Riku at the end, who's fine, and Sora has been long gone from the looks of it, so.
I have no idea. But, I mean, the other contrast you can make is that Sora arrives there in the daytime, who arrives at night, sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe,
but Sora's the one who looks the most like he's waking up, and it's at night.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I would assume they show up at the same time, and it's gonna be another like dream drop sort of thing.
Yeah, probably.
And they end up there at the very same time, is my guess, and that it would be like the last world. That would make the most sense to me.
I don't know. I don't know about the last world thing. I think it's literally picking up from where Kingdom Hearts 3 ended.
Maybe,
but we'll see. But that is a good point. And the other, I never said that the other was to sort of set up Nomura's next project, besides Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think these characters that were in the Verum Rex thing, you really think he spent that time for a 20-second segment?
I thought, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, this looks too nice to just be here. Like,
there's no way.
They spent too much time on this.
Those characters look pretty well thought out and very different, and they look amazing. There's no way they spent all those assets for 20 seconds of a game that they're not even in.
I wonder if we're going to hear the full story of Verum Rex, because we get a taste of it in the trailer. Yeah. So are we going to experience that entire story essentially?
I think it's going to be a totally new game. If you ask me, I think that Nomura's next project lineup is Final Fantasy VII Remake, a new Final Fantasy with these characters in it that we saw in Kingdom Hearts 3, and then Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, fight me on that.
It's either that or those characters are just simply going to be involved with the next Kingdom Hearts installment, because we do see Yozora in Shinjuku / Tokyo. We'll just say Tokyo.
Maybe that as well, but maybe we'll finally see the return of Final Fantasy characters, because that's what people are missing a lot, I think.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we should get a game where we visit Final Fantasy worlds.
Right, yeah.
So to make up for the lack of Final Fantasy characters.
But I mean, in Kingdom Hearts, it's canon that their world was destroyed and now they're back home at Radiant Garden. Like, that is their home. We can't go to the Final Fantasy worlds without that not making sense.
But we're able to go to, okay, I cannot pronounce this, for the Scala ad
Kylum.
That place. Like, that place is restored, but that is literally the graveyard. So we don't know if the other worlds were also fixed up. Little Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, yeah, just put a hammer to it, yeah. Gosh, I don't know, but there is so much for Kingdom Hearts 4.
We could talk about theories for like the next 2 hours.
We really could, but I think we'll spare the listeners that.
True.
I don't know. I think this opens up a whole world of possibilities. Now that this has been deemed a spoiler sort of discussion, you're more than welcome to discuss spoilers with us here.
Give us your hot takes.
Give us the hot takes. Let us know if anything that we said was the same as what you were thinking or different, but always
probably gonna be different.
Yeah, that's fine. But
that's how it feels.
That you express that in a respectful and nice way.
Yeah,
that's all we ask. We want the discussion to happen in a nice way. That's all.
People don't want to listen to you when you're saying the story is trash. No one wants to listen to you. No matter what side you're on, like, no one wants to listen to that, because that's not constructive. It's just, what you're saying is just garbage. Like, nobody wants to freaking listen to that.
You're just complaining at that point.
Your breath stinks. Like, yeah. So if you don't like the story, just tell us why you don't like the story. Give like actual points as to why you didn't like it. Don't just state that you don't like it. Just, I don't know. If you don't like it and you just say you don't like it, that's fine. It's just more so when people are like, it's garbage, and they just go to the ultimate extreme. Like, that's what really gets to me.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it's really that's annoying at this point.
I mean, as long as we all go into this thinking that every single thought on here or comment on here is an opinion and not a fact.
Every single one of them, every single heckin' comment, every word that we said,
right,
is basically an opinion, unless we did state a fact. But you know what I'm saying.
The thoughts of the game. I mean, yes. we ourselves had differences, but I think we had a very
respectful, yeah.
I think we both shared our opinions, and we conclusions and we found middle grounds.
And I still like hate you because we disagree on things. But,
but we're not going to express that on the show. We'll take it up after the show. But no, see, that's what friends do. We have different opinions, but we're able to share them in a nice, respectful way.
And you can do that with strangers.
Listening, right? Yes, exactly.
Who would have thought?
Right, well, I think we preached enough. I think you guys can handle it. So we're proud of you. We are very, very much looking forward to what you guys have to say. Please let us know in the comments, respectfully, what you guys think.
Heck yeah.
All
right. Before we go, we decided that instead of doing a game today, I know we aren't doing another game. It's because just for like the reviews, it just doesn't seem right. But instead, we wanted to show off the little end little cap of all of our stats from our first time playing. I thought that'd be really cool that we can all compare our first files, our first end game saves, you know, just to see how different they all are.
I didn't really document mine, so I'm actually representing the crowd that also did your first time playing through. I actually have my report from my in progress 100% proud mode file. So I'll be sharing those stats with you all, while Shleb will be sharing some, first time playthrough stats.
My actual first time.
Yes. Yeah, this is not my first time playing through it. So
not
go ahead. What do yours look like?
All right.
I'm actually really excited to compare the ones from my 100% proud mode to your first time. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I have to find the English one too. Lol.
Yeah. The first one is difficulty.
Well, no. Well, hold on. I can't find it. I saved it here. I thought I did.
Did you take a screenshot of it on the PS4?
Well, I found my Japanese one. Oh, here it is. Okay, I just need to find my English one too, not just my Japanese one. All right. Okay, so I played for the first time in Japanese. It's if you're watching the video, you'll see it. It looks a little different. It's in Japanese. So I played in standard first because no one had zero idea of the difficulty. So I figured if I'm not going to play in a language that I'm 100% comfortable in, that I should just go with a mode that I feel very comfortable in. So
yep,
I did standard, and then I defeated 3,324 Heartless.
Okay.
Because I was zooming through this game. I ended at level 40. It doesn't say on the battle report, but I ended at level 40. I remember that. So the next one, is that like the time spent?
Most used Keyblade.
Yeah. So I think it's Shooting Star. Yeah, Shooting Star. Right?
How many hours?
Shooting. Which is 5 hours, 23 minutes, and 13 seconds, which isn't that much.
Wow, that's. I was gonna say you switched a lot.
Well, I used that like a lot until like probably Big Hero 6, San Francisco, and then I switched.
Wow.
I love that Keyblade, dude. It's so good.
Okay.
But yeah. So after that is the distance that you ran, which is 89.5 kilometers or 55.6 miles.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, I like zip zap through this game.
Yeah, you did.
The next one is the most used situation command, which is what? My katakana is horrible. Is that Su? No, I think that's Su. Sugaso Aro.
Double arrow guns.
Yeah, it might be double arrow guns. That's probably it, actually, in 78.
Okay.
I think I use that one a lot. I'm gonna try to Google that.
Okay.
Wait, why aren't we going like back and forth?
I don't know. I'm just so intrigued by your numbers and comparing them to mine.
Oh, lol. Okay.
Very different.
What's the next one? Mine's blocked.
Gummy ship completion.
Oh, 17%.
Nice.
And then this is my very first one. And okay, so for lucky emblems, I had no idea how to use my camera because when they showed you in the tutorial, I skipped through it because I just assumed, no, I can't figure this out. So I skipped through all the tutorials.
Lovely.
And I got 3 out of 90. but I went back and I went and got every single one. Every single one.
That's
so
amazing.
Okay. Most consumed cuisine, 0.
You didn't do any nice.
No, I made some. I just never consumed them because I was like, I don't know. And then clear time is 25 hours, 18 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Because listen to this. This is a proud mode file where I was trying to go for 100%. I didn't for the but here are my stats for my 100% proud mode file. I don't have my first playthrough. Played on proud mode. The number of heartless defeated was 9,092.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think I beat the game at level 74. I think. My most used Keyblade was Ever After at 8 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
I love that Keyblade. The Mirage staff is way too good. My total distance, you ready for this one? Was 161 kilometers or 100 miles.
Oh my gosh.
100.1 miles. My most used situation command, and this one is probably borked because I found a very, very, very useful spot, like right near the end of the game. I'll actually share that with you all. If you are at the spot where you're following the Reaper, like in the very end, Heartless that steals all the hearts, the first one, the Olympus one, there's a very, very awesome spot to level up. In the Olympus world, when you go up the stairs for the first time, all these shadows and neo shadows start spawning. Oh my gosh, it's easily
that's what I did too.
45,000 XP a minute.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, that spot is insane. So I spent a lot of time there using spamming Thunder. So my most used situation command is Thundaza.
Oh my gosh.
Thundaza at 94 times. That's the situation command. That's not Thunder itself. That's the situation command that pops up after Thunder a bunch. So that's Thundaza at 94 times. My gummy ship completion, I actually spent a lot of time with the gummy stuff. I don't have it all completed, but I'm at 44%. I finished the game with all 90 emblems.
Nice.
I consumed one thing just to try it out, and it was Consomme Plus. I don't know what that means. And my clear time, I finally went and beat the story before going back and finishing everything else at 36 hours, 51 minutes.
Nice.
So now here's how I handled this file. I played a world. I played through the story of the world and then went immediately back into it to find all the treasures and the lucky emblems that I missed. So everything except for Olympus, of course, because you don't have the camera right away. But as soon as I finished Twilight Town, I went back to Olympus. And then I went on to Toy Box, and I finished the story, went back to Toy Box to get all the lucky emblem treasures. That's how I handled this playthrough. So I didn't move on until the world was 100%. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time with this playthrough. I unfortunately don't have my first playthrough stats, but I can probably tell you that I finished it within 26 hours. I also played on standard mode because, again, like everybody else, I didn't really know the feel of the difficulty. But yeah, I don't really know anything else about it. I unfortunately didn't record that moment in history, so it's all right. It's all good. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys thought. If you guys want yours some way, I would love to see them.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys also want to share your stats down in the comment section below, we'd love to hear them. Yeah, this isn't a competition. We're just literally sharing stats. So let's just all take a breather here.
Yep.
Breathe in. And then breathe out all that toxicness and get it out of our faces.
All right, good. Love
and now we can share. So.
Yay. All right.
But yeah, we're looking forward to hearing what you all have to say, whether it's about the your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3, spoiler stuff that we are finally able to talk about, or if it's on your endgame stats and whatnot. Very excited.
So that does it for episode 7. You can find us on Podbean. You can also find us here on YouTube, where you're probably listening. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I've been Toominator.
I'm SeaSaltShelby.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.